I'd always wondered how the most successful people in the world seemed to have an edge, an almost superhuman ability to focus, innovate, and stay ahead of the game. Was it just raw intelligence? Was it luck? Or was there something else, something hidden beneath the surface that the rest of us had yet to uncover? And then I stumbled upon a secret used by high achievers, CEOs, and billionaires. A brainwave trick so powerful that it has been quietly shaping the minds of those at the top. What if I told you that the richest, most powerful people in the world have been using a science-backed technique to optimize their mental performance? This isn't some vague self-help mantra or empty motivational talk. This is real neuroscience in action, a method that taps into the very fabric of how our brains function. It's called Brainwave Entrainment, a phenomenon where specific sound frequencies can synchronize with your brain and alter your mental state. And when used correctly, it can unlock levels of focus, productivity, and creativity you never thought possible. The first time I heard about this, I was skeptical. Could simple audio frequencies really impact brain function? It seemed too good to be true. But then I looked at the evidence. Brainwave entrainment is based on the idea that our brain operates at different frequencies depending on our state of mind. When you're relaxed, your brain produces more alpha waves. When you're deep in focus, beta waves dominate. And when you're in a state of peak creativity or problem solving, theta waves take over. By listening to specific sound frequencies, you can actually guide your brain into these optimal states on demand. It turns out that many of the world's most successful people have been using this technique for years. Take billionaire entrepreneurs like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, both known for their intense focus and ability to handle massive workloads. While they may not openly talk about brainwave entrainment, many high-performance individuals use some form of meditation, sound therapy, or neural conditioning to keep their minds sharp. Steve Jobs was known for his deep meditation practices, which operate on the same principles as brainwave entrainment, helping to clear mental clutter and enter states of deep creativity. I decided to put this brainwave trick to the test. For 1 month, I committed to listening to specific brainwave frequencies every single day. I wanted to see if it could truly rewire my brain for success. On the first day, I chose a frequency designed to enhance focus and productivity. Within minutes, I felt a shift. My usual distractions, social media, endless scrolling, and mindless procrastination seemed to fade into the background. My mind locked onto my tasks with laser focus, and I powered through my work like never before. As the days passed, something incredible happened. My creativity skyrocketed. I started connecting ideas faster, solving problems more efficiently, and coming up with solutions that seemed almost effortless. It was as if my brain had upgraded to a higher operating system. I began to understand why high achievers seemed to have an endless stream of ideas and insights. They weren't just lucky, they had trained their brains to operate at an elite level. But that was just the beginning. Around the 2-week mark, I noticed another profound change. My ability to remain calm under pressure had drastically improved. Stressful situations that would normally send me into overdrive now felt manageable, even effortless. It was like my nervous system had been recalibrated, allowing me to approach challenges with a level of confidence I had never experienced before. By the 3rd week, my memory and learning speed had improved dramatically. I was retaining information faster, absorbing new skills more effectively, and recalling details with razor-sharp precision. It was as if my brain had been rewired to learn and process information like a sponge. No wonder billionaires and top performers always seem to be ahead of the curve. They've optimized their brains to function at peak efficiency. And then, by the final week, everything clicked. I realized that this wasn't just about boosting intelligence or productivity. It was about transforming my entire way of thinking. I no longer felt sluggish in the morning. I no longer struggled with motivation or mental exhaustion. Instead, I woke up each day with a clear, focused mind, ready to tackle whatever came my way. Here's the best part. You don't need millions of dollars, expensive coaching programs, or years of training to tap into this brainwave trick. All it takes is the right frequencies, played consistently, and your brain will naturally begin to adapt. And the more you use it, the more profound the effects become. So, if you've ever felt like you're operating at a fraction of your potential, if you've ever wondered how the most successful people in the world maintain their edge, the answer is right here. This is the hidden key that billionaires, top athletes, and high achievers have been using all along. And now, it's available to you. I challenge you to try this for yourself. Listen to brainwave frequencies every day for the next 7 days and pay attention to how your mind shifts. Notice how your focus improves, how your stress levels drop, how your creativity expands. And when you start seeing results, come back and share your experience in the comments. Let's create a community of people who are unlocking their full potential together. If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There's so much more to explore when it comes to optimizing the brain, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Let's take our mental performance to the next level. The future of your success starts now. For as long as I can remember, I've been intrigued by the idea of tapping into the mind's full potential. When you look at the most successful people in the world, there's something distinct about the way they think and approach challenges. It's almost as though they're operating on a different level, something beyond what the average person experiences. They don't just get lucky, they're constantly in motion, constantly thinking ahead, and often they make it seem effortless. There's a pattern to their success, and it's not just about hard work. It's about being able to harness the full capacity of their minds, something most people don't even realize they're capable of. I've spent countless hours researching how they do it, what secret they have, and how they continue to innovate, solve problems, and push boundaries. After months of exploring this idea, I stumbled upon a concept that changed everything for me. A technique so powerful, so simple, that it could transform the way we think and work. I've always believed that the mind is the ultimate tool for success, but I never understood just how much we could shape it. We're all familiar with the importance of mental clarity, focus, and creativity. These are the qualities that help us navigate the world, get ahead in our careers, and make big decisions. But what if I told you that you could take these qualities to the next level? What if you could fine-tune your brain to be in the optimal state for maximum productivity, creativity, and problem-solving every single day? The answer lies in something called brainwave entrainment. It's a technique that has been gaining more recognition in recent years, but it's actually been used for decades, long before the average person knew what it was. In fact, many of the most successful people in history have been using a variation of this practice without even realizing it. And the most amazing part is, you don't have to be a millionaire, a top executive, or a genius to harness this power. It's available to all of us right now, and it can be used by anyone willing to try. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can sound frequencies affect my brain? That sounds too good to be true. Trust me, I was skeptical at first too. But then I started digging into the science behind it. And that's when things started to make sense. Brainwave entrainment uses sound frequencies to synchronize your brainwaves to specific frequencies that correspond to different mental states. It's not magic, it's neuroscience. Think about it like this. Our brain is constantly in motion, sending electrical signals that create brainwaves. Depending on our mental state, our brain operates at different frequencies. For instance, when you're awake and alert, your brain produces beta waves. When you're relaxed, it produces alpha waves. When you're in deep thought or creative mode, you might be in theta waves. These frequencies have different effects on our mood, creativity, focus, and even stress levels. By listening to specific sound frequencies, you can essentially train your brain to enter these states at will. It's like tuning a musical instrument. You can shift your brain from a state of high stress to a calm, focused state, or from a state of fatigue to a peak performance mode. All of this can be achieved with nothing more than your headphones and a frequency track. As I dove deeper into this, I started to experiment with different brainwave frequencies myself. I began using them every day for a month, just as a test, to see if they could really have the impact I'd read about. The results were nothing short of incredible. In the first few days, I noticed a marked difference in my focus. I wasn't distracted by the usual noise, and I was able to get more work done in less time. I felt like I could process information faster, think more clearly, and be more productive overall. But that wasn't the end of it. As the days went on, I started noticing a shift in my creativity. Ideas started flowing more easily, and I could solve problems in ways I hadn't been able to before. The best part was, it didn't feel forced. It felt natural. It was as if my brain had unlocked a hidden reservoir of potential, and I was finally tapping into it. By the second week, I was experiencing even more profound changes. I became more resilient to stress. Problems that would have normally sent me into a frenzy were now something I could approach with a calm, steady mind. I could feel my brain becoming more adaptable, more flexible. And that's when I realized, this is how high achievers stay ahead of the game. They've trained their brains to function at this high level consistently. As I continued with this experiment, my memory and learning abilities improved as well. I found that I could absorb information faster, retain it more easily, and recall it with greater clarity. It was as though my brain was firing on all cylinders, and I could trust myself to handle anything that came my way. It was during the final week of this month-long experiment that everything truly clicked. I no longer struggled to get started in the mornings, and I had more energy throughout the day. I didn't experience the usual mental fatigue that used to hold me back. Instead, I woke up with a sense of clarity and purpose, eager to tackle whatever tasks were ahead. It was clear that the brainwave frequencies had fundamentally altered my mental state, and I was operating at a level I hadn't known was possible. This wasn't just about getting smarter or working harder. This was about changing the way I approached life. And the most amazing part is, I didn't need any special equipment, fancy training, or endless hours of practice. All I needed was access to the right sound frequencies, and my brain did the rest. So if you're ready to see just how far you can push your potential, I encourage you to try this for yourself. Start incorporating brainwave entrainment into your daily routine and watch as your focus, creativity, and mental clarity soar. You might just surprise yourself with the results. I've shared my story because I want you to know that it's possible to unlock your full potential too. The key is to tap into the power of your mind, and brainwave entrainment is one of the most effective ways to do that. You don't need a massive investment or years of training, just an open mind and a willingness to give it a try. So go ahead, take the challenge, start listening to the frequencies that will elevate your mind, and watch as you become the best version of yourself. Your success is waiting.